Hello everybody and welcome back to Blarkate Farms. You join us in the cooperative multiplayer in January. So we did just have a look. Absolutely no contracts in December. Well, no contracts at all worth taking anyway. So we've moved on to January, which is the best month to be selling lettuces. So we are going to get them sold. But at the same time, our orchard had basically been very busy. And it's made us lots of fruit. We're getting these sold. We're going to get the lettuces sold. We're going to get the wood planks sold. Going to top that bank account up a bit. And then, if no more contracts comes into the menu, because at the moment we've only got 3, which is a deadwood, rock removal, and a wood transport. So there's not a lot in January to be doing either. We might just move on again anyway. But we thought we'd get started and get some bits sold. So I've just loaded these up. A bit poorly, I know, but they are loaded. So we're going to run these down to the Spar shop in town. We'll get these sold. And then I'll come back up the hill. And then we'll get the lettuces on board. And then we can get the eggs on board. And after all of that, I think we might sell the wooden planks as well. So we have started to get some sunflower oil, but the best time for that is not until March, I believe. But I will just have to double check. Do not want to be selling that premature, because that is going to be our money maker. So let's just have a quick look. So where are we? Sun. Sunflower oil. So yeah, January's not great. So March is the best time. So we get £6,000 per pallet. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that. Really shouldn't take my eyes off the road while I'm driving. So yeah, December is very snowy, very foggy. Can't see a lot. I know you guys probably won't see a lot. I can't particularly see a lot. So we are planning on just getting this sold. If nothing better comes in contract wise, I mean, if a couple of big ticket item contracts come on, we'll get them done, because we'll never turn down some money, because we are saving for a new combine, a new drill, and of course more fields. I don't know which order we'll do it in. Combine would be nice, ready for the harvesting season, but we have still got ours at the moment, so it's not drastic. New fields are always welcome, because we can just make more money off them. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what money brings us. So here we are at the one stop. I thought it was a Spar, it's a one stop. Let's get these sold. That is £47,000. Not a bad way to start an episode. And that is all money what we are making from just basically putting water into our orchard. Well, I mean, that's 2 months, maybe even 3 months worth of fruit. So it's not the biggest payday in the world, but it really does help with speed you along and getting some money in your bank. So we'll head back, get the lettuces, we'll get the eggs as well. If we've got room, we'll put the wooden products on the back, and we'll make a nice stockpile ready to take another load to the sell point. I'll see you guys once we're loaded. Right, Woody has just loaded me up, so we're gonna run down back to the one stop and the subway. We'll get the lettuces and the eggs dropped off and sold, and then we will find out where the best place for the planks and beams are going to be, and we'll get them sold as well. So we should be making a nice bit of money on this very cold, frosty, foggy December morning. So we'll get all these sold. We'll have a look at contracts. If not much has appeared, like I say, we'll move on into February. And if nothing really appears in February, we'll move on to March, where I'm sure there'll be quite a few contracts, but we'll also have our sunflowers to sunflower oil to sell, which will be very nice. That should make us a nice bit of dollar, which will help towards new combine or new field, whatever we decide to do. So we'll run down here over the train tracks. As you can see, it is very, very foggy. Can barely see a thing. We'll go round the roundabout into Subway car park. Good job it's early on a January morning. No one's about. And let's get this sold. So that's another £27,000, and it didn't quite sell the other side of the trailer. So we're up to 84 now. Another 12,000. So we're now up to £98,000. Not bad for our productions that we've got going on. So let's have a look to see where beams and planks are going to be the best sold. So we'll look for, it's beam pallets we want to be looking out for the most, because they're worth the most money. Now I don't know if it comes under beams or what it comes under in here. What's it saying we've got strapped on? Wood beam. So if we go down here, there should be one that says wood beam. Oh, it's not quite the best month. February would have been better. The farm shop or the farmer's market? The farm shop is best. So let's head over to there. So I presume that's the one on the startup map. I'm presuming it's the startup map location. So yeah, we'll head up there. Woody's thinking of moving on anyway. So yeah, I might just sit with it on the trailer once he's done that deadwood. Wait for him to finish that, and then we can get it sold first thing in February. And try and get that little bit extra. It won't be a lot, but it'll be a little bit extra so we can make a few more pennies. So I'll let him finish that deadwood. I'll pull up by the shop ready to unstrap, and then we'll probably just move straight on into February because there's not a lot of contracts coming through at the moment, which you wouldn't expect there to be in December, January, February, all them. It's not really what you would call the best time. So he's finished that, so I'm sure he'll send a request for sleeping in a minute, and then we'll get moved on. Wow, you join us in snowy February. So let's get these sold first of all. I presume it's not this bit at the back. It's going to be the one around the front. I did think that might be the case, but there must be a selling area at the front. So let's get them around there. And we should get some top money for these. So I think there's a little trigger point here. There we go. So £20,000 for those wooden products, which takes us up to £120,000. Not bad start to the episode, really. Really good, strong start. So it is slippy on the roads, as you can see. But we'll head back to the farm now. I'm sure there'll be plenty more produce to sell again. But if there's not a lot of contracts, we'll probably just move on and then sell them all in March, because we can also get rid of the sunflower oil as well. But it made sense to move on before we sold them anyway. So let's head up here. It looks like there's not much. It's the only trouble. That's why we kind of want to get our own fields, a few more production set up, so that we've got something to do all year round. But yeah. So unfortunately, not a lot of contracts in February either. But the snow is nice looking in this on this map. So if we move into March, we will be selling the sunflower oil and all of the new products that come. It might even be worth us getting another low loader at some stage, and then we could stack some products on one, and then we're not having to share the trailer and run around constantly. But I'm probably going to dump this up by the mill, and then it'll be ready for loading all of that oil up. Yeah, as you can see, there's a rock removal, £2,200, but it's gonna Cost us £400 a lease, so you make 1,800 quid, quite a ways. Would transport £3,000, not really worth it. The ploughing one is a good price, but it says 40 minutes. I reckon that's more like 2 hours. And the deadwood's 750 quid. So, yeah, we will be moving on again. And then, like we say, I'm pretty sure March is the time. I'll just double check. I know I've just looked at it, but I've forgotten already. But yeah, March, we can get that top price. I mean, it's up there today. It's not a million miles out there. But if we can just cram that little extra in, it would be amazing. So I'll move out the trigger, actually. Don't want to confuse it. And then we'll go and sleep. And I'll see you in March. Right, so just checking, she's got 2,000 litres of sunflower left, and that is all of the sunflowers we've got for the time being. So, had a bit of a mare, tried to pick them all up, he started bouncing on the tines, chucked them all over. Not the end of the world, but I'm just going to have to pull my trailer across because it's now stuck in the, as you can see, for some reason it's decided it's stuck. And it's dropped that pallet. Not a problem. So we'll get this loaded on this poorly stacked trailer, and we'll get these over to the sell point. This should make us a nice wedge of cash, so we can work out if we're going to buy the combine now or are we going to buy a field, but we'll soon find out. So let's get that chucked on top. Hopefully we can sneak down here without driving in the crop, because crop destruction is on, and then we'll come back for anything else like the lettuces and everything. So we've got 12,000 litres, 12 pallets. Not a bad start. And we do need to find out where's got the best price. So, we've got a 6.5. We've got 6.551, but it's at train depot. And the 6.50, I think we'll take it there. I don't like using the trains. Also in multiplayer they have been known to be a bit temperamental, shall we say. But yeah, we'll get headed down there now, and then we'll rejoin when we get it all sold and hopefully make a few squid. So here we are at the sell point. Let's find out what our oil's going to make. £109,000. Excellent. It's not a bad trip at all. So we'll probably have another pallet come off the mill, so we can get that sold as soon. Well, it's just one pallet. We'll just get it sold as soon as it's done, sort of thing, and then we'll get it. We'll just take the money in the bank. But we've got to run this back over now to Woody. He is trying to load up the fruit and vegetables. Well, I think it's just fruit. So he needs a low loader. So we'll get this over there. He can load them straight onto this trailer. We'll either sit and wait, or we'll have a look to see if there's any contracts worth doing. But yeah, let's fire it up there so he's not sat around for too long. Right, so Woody is taking the fruit across to the sell point, and I thought I would just start getting the sunflowers back in this field, considering it's March, because I'd like to keep on top of it. I'll get it drilled, then I can get it rolled. Yeah, and we'll make a nice job of it. So we'll check in a second that this is drilling. Yeah, it is. So perfect. Yeah, I'm going to get this field drilled. We're going to put sunflowers in here. He's going to carry on selling the different bits and bobs we have. And then we'll have a look to see if we buy another field or combine. So there's a couple of options. There's field 18 just here. Bit small. It's quite a smallish field, but fairly cheap. We have field 19 behind it. A lot more money, £244,000. But it's also twice the size as field 8. Our only trouble is, because we don't have a big drill, because this is the only drill we've got, and it's a bit of a nightmare to take on the road because it's wide, and we don't have a big combine. It could take a bit of time to get cultivated and all of that sort of jazz, so it might be worth buying a littler field for now and buying our combine so that we can buy the fields. But it is nice now that we've got plenty of bits around the farm that keeps us busy now moving stuff for sale. So we will also be looking into another low loader trailer, so one of us can be loading up fruit, one of us can be doing lettuces. We can't get an overlot on the one trailer, so there's a bit of backwards and forwards on that. Sort of having to load one crop up, type up, take it down to sell point, come back, load the next one up, take it down, come back, load the next one up, take it. So it would be nice to have a couple more trailers just so we can keep on top of it. Obviously we're not selling the lettuces at the best time and we're not selling the fruit at the best time, but because of the volumes we're getting off them, they're not really worth worrying about too much. So we are just using them just to keep our bank account topped up in between contracts. And obviously as we get more and more of our own land, we'll be concentrating on our own land more than we will be doing contracts. So I'm just going to crack on. We will see Woody's payment come through very shortly. Get cracked on this field. We'll get it all drilled. Shouldn't take too long. I say it's a fairly decent sized drill, but because it's as wide folded as it is unfolded, it is a real nightmare to take anywhere. So the dream would be to get a nice drill that we can not struggle with so much. I think that's the word we're looking for. But yeah, I'll get cracked on, and then Woody should get them sold. You should see some money go in the account. He'll come back, do the lettuces, and we should see the money for that as well. Right, I will see you after this short time lapse. Right, so got the field drilled, and now it's time to get it rolled. And then we will have a look at see if there's a field we would like to buy, because we've got enough money now to get a field bought. So we've also, well, we're now up to 300 and I'll have a look in a sec. I can't remember which one. I think it's £360,000 we're at now, so not too bad at all, really. Doing not too badly for ourselves. So we'll probably get a field bought, and then we'll have a look at combine upgrades as well. So we've got that, because with another field, what I'll probably do is wait till next month, or we will wait till next month, and we'll probably do a field of soybeans, because that would be quite a nice little bit of money for us, a bit of soybean field. Obviously it's a long time to wait for the money, but there we go. So we just get this field rolled. It shouldn't take an over long time. This tractor is so much more powerful than the last one. It seems to pull it a lot better. It pulled the planter as well a lot better, or drill, so much better up and down these hills. It doesn't look like it's a lot, but it's quite a steep hill just there. But yeah, plus it's raining today, so not the best. But yeah, we'll get this quickly rolled, and then we can have a think about what we're going to do with our money. Right, we are now all nicely rolled, and it is still raining in March. So Woody's doing a stone picking contract at the moment. I've just finished doing that, so I'm just gonna have a look quickly at some fields, have a quick word with Woody, see what he's thinking. I don't know what's best. Do we get a biggish field and then hope we get a combined before then? I mean, we wouldn't be far off getting the combine time we sold this one, but we'd also need to get a corn header as well. We've got the normal header that is sat at the shop awaiting our usage. But we will need a corn header because I've just put sunflowers in, and it would want to be a fairly decent sized one, really, because that's the whole idea of upgrading the combine. But I think we can get about 36 for this, so technically we'd have about 390, about 400,000. So I don't think we're a million miles away from it. But yeah, I'll have a quick word, I'll have a quick scour around the fields local to the farm, and we'll see what we come up with. Right, so I've just been talking to Woody, and I think we're going to go for field 19, because we have got some discounts. So it's not the best soil type, must admit, sandy loam. 100% sandy loam, so not the best, but it is a nice big field, and it's 186 with our discount. Obviously we now need to buy the soil sample for it, and that brings it in line with everything we want. So the pH, fairly bad, nitrogen, fairly bad, all to be rather expected. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly now run the combine over to the store. I'm going to get it repaired and sell it, and see how much we can get for it. I'm going to take the corn header, because the corn header is going to need repairing, and then I'll just sell the other one from the menu or bring it down with the fast track. And we're going to see how much money, because the only other thing we need to do once we've bought a new combine is I need to afford a corn header, because a corn header is going to be rather vital to our plans. So I'm going to quickly whip this down there now, and then we'll have a look what we can get for this combine and this corn header. We'll get it repaired. I think I did repair it. It's fully dieseled up, so I wouldn't imagine we'll get bad money for it, but we'll double check and see what we can get. And then once we've done that, we'll see if we can buy a new combine. I don't know if there's anyone come up in the sale yet. I was rather hoping there was going to be a big combine come up in the sale that we could just jump on and get, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's not a flatbed. I'm also waiting for a flatbed. But yeah, let me get this run down there, and then we can have a look. Right, so we've made it to the store, so let's see. We're going to repair the header for £5. The trailer doesn't need repairing. The combine needs £38 worth of repairing, so let's now sell it. So that's worth £7,870. Combine is worth £34,000. Really not too shabby. And then that header trailer is worth £2,149. But we've also got, if we have a look down here, somewhere, Massey Ferguson trailer. So this one's worth £2,200, and the Massey Ferguson header is worth £7,581. So that has made a big difference. We've now got £226,000. So we need to now look into a new combine, because we are without combine at the moment. So if we go down to harvesters, the choices we have are, there's a Lexion 510 to 560, or there's a 570 to 600. Now, I think that might be a really good combine for us. It holds 10,000 litres. It'd be nice to make it a 600, but we can't afford to at the moment. But we can always upgrade it. So, what do we need that? Not for £5,000. Chaff blower, probably don't need the extra protection. GPS, yeah. So £221,000. And we can get ourselves Class Lexion 570 combine. There she is. Leaves us with £5,000 in the bank account. Oof. And we now need to save up for a corn header. So we bought this bad boy here, and it recommends that we have these headers on to a 9 metre. We're only going to put a 7.5 on, so it should be more than ample to run what we want. But we are going to need to get a corn header for it. So it does open us up, because we can either go and spend £99,000 to get a 12 metre, which is probably the way I would foresee us going. Getting a real nice big one straight off the bat. No problems. Or we can get a folding 6 metre, 63 grand. Or get the 9 metre for 108. Which the 9 metre is probably a nice in between. We get 13, get a 12. But yeah, it'll all depend on money, and we will need it relatively soonish once our crops are ready. But here she is, the new Class Lexion. So really nice combine, and I'm hoping this header fits on it, and if it doesn't, we're going to have to change it to a class attachment. But I think it should just fit. Oh, is it going to fit? Is it not going to fit? And there you go. It fits. So our header that we bought all that time ago, we can now use. I mean, it is fairly close to the cab when lifted up in the air. Won't want to hit too many bumps, but it does mean we don't need a header trailer to take it down the road. The other thing we want to do is, because I painted it, so we want to put it down to a class, and I want to put a class colour on it. I know it's trivial, but it'll just match and it'll make everyone a lot happier. So let's get that changed. It's also now got the right hitch type on it. I've put the right hitch type on it. I don't know if that's going to make any difference to... No. Technically, it has gone through the windscreen. The wiring loom has gone through the windscreen. But yeah, there we go. There is our new combine and header. So if we unfold it, you'll see what it does. It's pretty cool. It all folds out to the side. Like so. It's a bit slow, but you imagine now we don't need any crop destruction because we can just drive into the field and bang that straight on. And then we should... look at that, we can do 6 miles an hour. So yeah, that is the right header for this combine. Beautiful. We'll get that switched off, get it folded up, and we can now run this back to our yard. What an amazing purchase that was. Woody's just completed a contract, and that's taken us nicely back up to £10,000. So only another £90,000 to buy our corn header, and we'll be there. But we'll get this run over. We also need to lime that new field we've just bought as well. Get some lime on it so it's ready to go. And I think next month we'll drill either soybeans or sorghum. We could put sorghum through the mill and turn it into flour, which does mean we could get the money off it this year, or we could put soybeans in it, get them off in October, but it would be middle of next year before we get our money. So I think we might try and do crops that we can get money off a bit sooner opposed to later, just because it'll help our bank account. Plus, if we've got a bit of sorghum, if the chickens eat all the barley, we can feed them a bit of sorghum. But we haven't decided yet. I'll speak to Woody and we'll try and come up with a plan with it. There we are. The combine is back at the yard and it has sort of lowered itself on the drive. So that is really nice to have parked up in the yard. Not much faster than the old one. It still only does 19 miles an hour. But it should be a lot beastier up the hills on this map. So I'm excited to get that used. So now we have the task of spreading lime on our new field. Woody's took on a spraying contract with our sprayer. We've got to get our field all spread with lime. I don't think we've got any more kicking around. Oh, we might do in those wooden crates. That'll be ideal for us. We'll just top it up with whatever we've got. Oh, I think it is lime. Happy days. We'll get it topped up. I think we're going to need some more. Are they lime or are they fertiliser? Let's have a look. Solid fertiliser, so they're no good to us. Oh, we've still got diesel in the yard, even better. I forgot we had diesel. So we'll quickly head on down to our new field and we'll get some lime spread. So in terms of awkward shaped fields, I think we bought another one. But not to worry, we are going to try and spread some lime on it now. I suspect it's going to take quite a lot of lime. We have got a bit of slipperage on the old field. It's still, well, it says it's not raining anymore, but I think it's just taking a bit of time to stop raining. You know what it's like. But yeah, we're going to spread some lime on it. Try and get it up as best as possible. I'm probably going to have to keep nipping to the store, picking up 5,000 litres at a time and coming back but hopefully we won't need too many trips. It would yet again be nice to upgrade this eventually, but there's quite a lot we need at the moment. So we would like a bigger drill. Not so much a bigger drill, but a drill that folds up so we can easily take it down the road, because that one we've got being 4 metres wide, 5 metres wide, whatever it is, it's the nightmare to transport. And now we've started buying these fields that just a little bit further away. It would be really nice to, you know, just have something we can transport easy. So we are going really slow up here, so I don't know why it's so slow. I wouldn't have thought we're struggling too much up the hill at the moment. Let's just check we've not got double application on or something silly. Oh, we ain't got... There we go. We'll turn automatic application on as well. Forgot about that. Oh, push the wrong button now. Come on. There we go. So we are just spreading the lime. Well, that first bit we did was wrong because it hasn't put the automatic on, but now we're putting the right amount on. We might be able to go over it. Probably not, but it doesn't matter for this year. I don't think it's overly bad, but it's one of them jobs that we definitely need to be thinking about keeping on top of. Keep all of our fields up to date with the lime spreading, and then we can get the best yields out of them possible. But as you can see, it's going lovely and green for us. It's not the best soil type, but I'm sure we'll get a nice harvest off it if we look after the field and do it right. Now, by best, not the best soil type, I mean, to be honest, it probably suits a root crop better. So we could always use it for root crops in the future if we really wanted to. Question is, are we ever going to have the money to buy the big harvester? Probably not. So we'll probably stick to our arable sort of grains and stuff, and we'll work it like that. But yeah, let me crack on getting it spread and say I think by the looks of our tank I'm going to be back and forth to the shop a few times, but it's not the end of the world. Let's get it done. And there we have it. We only had 163 litres left in the tank after we've been and bought 6,000 more litres. So yeah, it took quite a bit of lime, but it is now all green. So next month we can drill a crop in there. And I honestly thought that would be another way out, but that takes us into our field. Must remember that. But yeah, so next month we will, or next episode shall I say, we will drill, I think we're going to do sorghum. Had a chat with Woody, and we just don't think it'd be worth doing soybeans and waiting so long for the payback. We can then chuck the soybeans into the mill and we can make some flour, and in December we can sell that flour for some good money. Woody has just been building a multi-fruit silo because our thoughts are, because the yard's quite far away now and we've got quite a bit of our own fields and we're doing a lot of contracts up this way, we can just fill our stuff up from there with a bit more ease. So I could have just gone there, filled up with lime, paid as I went sort of thing. He could have filled up with herbicide and paid as he wanted. And it would have made life so much easier without having to run around all the time. But we're going to park up and I think we're going to call it a day. We've done quite a lot of spending. We've done quite a lot of selling. Made a lot of money. Spent a lot of money. But we now have a nice combine which we now are saving up for our new corn header. That will be the next thing on our hit list. Corn header and another field. But yeah, it's been a great episode, and as you can see, we're all parked up, new silo built, so we should be able to buy everything we need from here now. We can still use our last bit of stock we've got, diesel, seed and bit of dirt, which we'll need next time for that field. But yeah, been a great episode. So thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed it today, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please leave them below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of the next video. We'll see you there.